Hey everyone, Dan here, and I wanted to come back on because something bouncing around my head, and I thought I'd share it. But just so you know, there is definitely some spoilers here, so let me throw up the old spoiler banner just in case. Spoilers ahead, spoilers ahead, spoilers ahead. Okay, did that. I feel better. All right, so this is the basic thought here: that there's something about the Vision, this guy over here, in black and white, because I didn't find a really good color picture while I was about to do this. There's something about the Vision that that no one seems to be talking about. I've mentioned it once, but it's really been sticking in my head. Now, it's already weird that the Vision's alive, right? I mean, last time we saw him, Thanos was like violently pulling the Mind Stone out of his forehead, and then he fell down gray and dead. And while the Hulk did the reverse snap and it brought back a lot of people, it didn't bring back Black Widow or the Vision. And that's because I think their deaths weren't caused by the stones. Their deaths were subsequential. Subsequential? Is that a word? We're going to go with it now. Anyway, so it makes sense that he's not back. So how is he back? Now, if he is back, is this the real Vision or a construct, like something Wanda has put together, like just a figment of her imagination, just, and she's controlling like a puppet marionette like the other characters in the town? Well, and again, this is after watching 3 episodes, so if you haven't watched the 3rd episode, you might want to bail now and go watch it and come back. But assuming that you have watched it, I don't think he's just a puppet, because 2 things. One is he gets his own narrative. We follow him on his own. He goes to the town, the meeting of the watch, the neighborhood watch, and he has the adventure on his own, and he has the whole thing with the big red gum. And none of that would happen if he was just a figment. I don't think we'd even be following him. We'd focus completely on Wanda. So this is definitely Wanda and the Vision series. So I think he's a full-fledged character. The second reason is he's putting the pieces together. He's the one that keeps saying, well, hang on a sec, I think something's wrong here. And Wanda has to undo it to get him back on track. Now, those, I think, are key things to show that he's really here. He's definitely part of the show. He's not just a puppet or just Wanda's imagination. Now, there's a lot of weirdness in the series. And in doing so, I think there is one simple thing that's being completely overlooked, and that is the Vision's new power. The Vision has super speed. He doesn't, though. Nowhere in any of the movies did he have super speed. Nowhere in any of the comics does he have super speed. It's not one of his powers. He can go intangible, he can strong, he can become solid as a diamond, he can fire a beam out of his forehead. These are all things that the Vision can do. Super speed is not one of them. So where does this come from? Well, if you think about it, Wanda's brother Pietro is the speedster. Quicksilver, Pietro Maximoff, who died in Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, that's one of the major tragedies Wanda has gone through. Wanda lost her parents, spent time sitting next to a bomb waiting for it to go off, her and her brother, got pulled in by Hydra and turned, their powers unleashed, if you consider them mutants, or created by the Mind Stone, however you want to look at that. She lost her brother when they turned on Ultron and joined the Avengers. So her brother's gone. Then she falls in love with the Vision, and he gets killed. These are just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. So these are pretty severe things. But she brings back the Vision, but not Pietro. Now, it almost like she didn't remember she had a brother until this 3rd episode, when she has twins and the twins remind her that she's a twin. And she sings a Sokovian song and mentions to Geraldine, who is actually Monica Rambeau, she mentions to her that she had a brother. And Monica remembers reading about or seeing the reports about Quicksilver and says, he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? That dose of reality snapped her, made her realize what was going on, and was so affected by it, she literally threw Geraldine out of the reality, out of this little bubble of life that she's created, and out back into the real world. Now, that's pretty severe. That's a pretty big shake. And I think that's going to be key coming forward. There's been rumors that Quicksilver was going to appear in this series. When they were doing the original casting for the slightly older versions of the twins, of Billy and Tommy, that the sides they were given, the scripts, was including a line about their uncle being asleep on the couch. Well, the only uncle they would have would be Pietro. So there was always a hint, the thought that they were going to bring him in. And then there's been rumors of both Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played Quicksilver in the Avengers Age of Ultron, but also that Evan Peters might appear. And Evan Peters played Quicksilver in the X-Men franchise for Fox, which now Marvel has back. So we could get either one of them as Quicksilver. That really gets interesting there. So what if, and this is where the theory starts going, what if Wanda had something else happen that made her have a breakdown? And in doing so, she created this safe space. And in the safe space, she wanted the things she loved. Vision. But in doing so, she doesn't have her full faculties. So in a way, she merges a bit of Pietro in with Vision, giving him the super speed, giving Vision a little more personality than he had previously. So what happens then when she realizes it and maybe starts to separate them back out, and we end up with Vision and Pietro in the series? Well, then it comes from, how is she creating this? Is she bringing things to life? Or, this is where my theory comes up, what if she's not? Hey, Tom. What if she's not creating these things from scratch? What if she's doing is pulling them out of the multiverse? What if the Vision that we're seeing isn't a resurrected one from our universe, but when she pulled out of a universe that he didn't get destroyed by Thanos? And what if when she decides to bring Pietro back, she pulls from the X-Men universe? And that's how we get Evan Peters. Or, maybe she corrects it, maybe she doesn't, maybe we don't see Aaron Taylor Johnson, but we only get Evan Peters. But maybe that's the key to them starting to unlock and bring the mutants in, which is one of the things that they've talked about. Scarlet Witch is famous for the House of M storyline, where she gets rid of all the mutants by saying no more mutants, or gets rid of a big majority of the mutants. And people are thinking this will be like a reverse House of M, and this is how they bring the mutants in. Well, maybe that's what she's doing. Maybe she's using the Reality Stone to thin the walls of reality and pull from the multiverse the Vision, Quicksilver, these children. Maybe that's what she's doing. She's not creating life. The butterflies, maybe she pulled them from another universe. That could be where all this is coming from. So we will end up with these kids will exist at the end of this. The Vision will exist at the end of this. All this stuff will happen. What if she's just pulling from the multiverse, stealing from it, basically, to create this world? I think that turns out to be pretty interesting. Now, I don't know if that's where it's going to go. It's hard to tell. This has been, we've only gotten 3 episodes of 9 so far, and it's getting pretty interesting, but I think it's possible. But whether you think that's the direction it goes or it does something completely different, I think the fact that the Vision has super speed really is a major thing that people aren't paying attention to. And the fact that he's got the power of her brother, it's more than a coincidence. I think that's going to play up big going forward. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the Vision and his self-awareness. And yeah, like I said, I think that's going to be a key. So, all right. That's pretty much what I was thinking. Thanks for tuning in. A few of you popped in. Got a few viewers. Nice. I will be coming back with more of these during the week. Also, we will be doing our second Pop Go the Writers podcast on January 31st. We'll do it at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, just like we did Southern. It won't be a 3-hour segment. That was a little insane, but we had a lot of ground we wanted to cover. But we'll be talking about this episode of WandaVision and the next. And I haven't said who the guest's going to be, but Dan Taylor will be back, Rosalinda will be back, and I'd like to take some suggestions. So if you know any other writers or stuff that should come on the show with us, be our fourth of the quartet, let me know. Also, other creators are welcome too, but the whole thing is from a storyteller's point of view is what I'm looking for here. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you're a storyteller and want to come on, and also you'll get a chance to plug what you're working on. So I know Pat Shan was looking for podcasts to pop up on. So Pat, give me a holler. You're welcome to come on. Just let me know. So if you're interested, reach out to me. And otherwise, everybody have a great night. It's Saturday. Go out and have fun. Oh, wait, it's a pandemic. Stay home and have fun. Be online. Watch the podcast. Check out my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, please like down below. If you're watching it on YouTube or Twitch, this is broadcasting on all 3. If you prefer, you can cross things. So my Facebook is Dan Wickline. My Twitch account is Dan Wickline. My YouTube is Dan Wickline 1. Couldn't just use Dan Wickline there for some reason. So please subscribe to Facebook, the YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. Need to get some more subscribers there and on Twitch. Would like to start being able to monetize the websites. Otherwise, I hope you guys are all having a great time. Drop me a line. Let me know how you're doing. And we'll talk soon. Have a good night.